We'll give you that report later on. But then, Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition party leader Raila Odinga has now moved to dispel and quell any attempts by President William Ruto to continue invading his political strongholds. In a meeting with governors and deputy governors affiliated to Azimio coalition in Naivasha, Raila dismissed the notion, stating that it was evident that his regime was not prepared to rule, neither to do what they have, the legitimacy of the people of Kenya. And as Chris Thairu reports, the governors resolved to form a caucus that will bring them together in a bid to put this government on check.
In the past few days, there has been concerted efforts by the current administration under President William Ruto to eat into the political strong base of Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition party leader Raila Odinga, with Chief Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi concentrating on uniting leaders from Western Kenya. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has been saying trying to unite leaders from Mount Kenya region, regardless of whether they supported Raila in the last general election. And it is against this backdrop that Azimio leader Raila Odinga has begun efforts of consolidating his political strongholds. During a meeting with governors and deputy governors affiliated to Azimio la Umoja, Raila is said to have asked them to remain united as a team and avoid going to bed with this regime.
Similarly, rigging of elections may have been clothed with the cloth of legality, but it remains illegitimate and repugnant to justice. Our quest for electoral justice continues, and we will never allow the rigging of elections to become a new normal in our country.
In a statement read by Kisumu Governor Professor Anyang' Nyong'o, the leaders resolved to jealously guard the devolved units and push for fair allocation of resources from the national government. With reports that former Kakamega Governor Wycliffe Oparanya has been contemplating ditching Azimio led by Raila Odinga on grounds that he is tired of supporting Odinga presidency. The former governor was present during the meeting, where it is said he distanced himself from such talks.
The regime was not prepared to lead, has no clue on how to fix Kenya's problems, and continues to be obsessed with campaigning. This regime of lies, deceit, and false promises is out of its depth and shall not be allowed to ruin our lives.
In the recent past, those politicians from Mount Kenya region who decided to follow the decision taken by retired President Uhuru Kenyatta to support Raila Odinga for the presidency in the August 9 general election have been warming up to Kenya Kwanza coalition led by President William Ruto. The same has been happening in Western Kenya region.
We must also be together and make sure that what is rightfully ours is given to us, regardless of how some of us voted. The elections are over. You know, we now have to wait for another 5 years. But in the 5 years in between, you cannot just be talking about politics every other day.
We have realized that it is important for us to unite, for us to pull development and resources to Western Kenya. And without uniting, we will not achieve anything. So we want to forge a common front headed by the party leader, the Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, and we are all in agreement that we are going to follow that path.
Chief Cabinet Minister Musalia Mudavadi has also been positioning himself to grab the support that Raila Odinga has been enjoying over the years in Western Kenya.
We are in Kenya Kwanza, and we delivered in Western, so we don't know his fate. The Raila Odinga fate is not well known to us. We are concentrating largely on ensuring that the Kenya Kwanza, you know, William Ruto must be president for 10 years, and we know that. And you know, with the support that we gave him and the support that we are consolidating right now, he is going to be president for the next 10 years.
The Azimio leader and principals Martha Karua and Kalonzo Musyoka are said to have been keen on ensuring that President Ruto does not use his position to woo elected leaders to their side. The leaders are said to be planning a parliamentary group meeting to read the Riot Act to the elected leaders. Chris Thairu, KTN News, Nairobi.
Thank you, Chris Terry, for that report. Now to the national exams, the inadequate preparations, anxiety in transition, uncertainty of the grade 6 learners are some of the issues